Well, if you or your child has attention deficit hyperactive disorder or ADHD, there's a good chance you're familiar with medication.
However, you do have other options.
Yeah, recently I went down to Middletown to talk with a doctor about a different way of understanding ADHD. I guess you could say it's tough to describe, but it's a little more nuanced than just looking at this as a problem with only attention.
It was Tuesday afternoon, and the twins were in their room doing homework.
For years, 11-year-old Rashad Jeffries showed all of the classic signs of attention deficit hyperactive disorder.
Since kindergarten, he's had some problems with behavior and focusing in his grades and making poor choices.
It was hard, because I couldn't stay focused at all.
But things came to a head for him in the 5th grade.
25 minutes worth of homework would take 3 hours.
I would get bad grades. I would get in trouble.
His first report card was all like D's and F's, low F's.
His mom, Christine, said she agreed to try medication.
We tried it, and he would be good in school, but when he would come home, he'd be tired, his head would hurt, he wouldn't eat, and nobody wants to see their kid like that.
So Christine took Rashad to see Dr. Robert Reynolds at his clinic in Middletown.
It's not that even at my clinic we're against the medications. It's just that more and more parents are looking for alternatives.
That alternative comes from an emerging understanding of how the brain works, in that ADHD can be about a lot more than just attention.
I tell parents this. I say, you think your child has attention deficit disorder. What if I gave him a Game Boy right now? Would I see any deficit of attention there? I don't think so.
Dr. Reynolds said what looks like just an attention problem can often be a problem with what's called executive functions. Those are the different skills we use to manage and organize ourselves in order to achieve a goal. And any one of those functions, or even all of them, can go wrong. And these are just a few examples, but tell me if any of them sound familiar. Some kids have specific problems starting tasks.
Parents end up fighting with their children about getting that homework underway. Get it started. Oh, I want to have a snack. Oh, I want to run around and play a little bit more.
While other kids can't focus on the tasks they do start.
So the child finally gets started on his homework. Dad, I got to go sharpen my pencil. I need to get a glass of milk.
If your child finishes homework but often forgets to turn it in, that could be a problem with organization and planning. And then there's emotional self-control. The outbursts. Something Christine and Rashad knew about all too well.
I would be wild and mess around.
Oh, it was a mess. We had a lot of fights.
There was a lot of yelling and crying on both parts.
This is why it's important to identify which of the executive functions needs to be addressed. It's not all of them.
We loved that girl, Brianna. It was just a mess. But they have got things figured out. And again, I was giving you just some examples of executive function problems, but I'm guessing that soundbite in there where the doctor said, hey, if I give your child a Game Boy, what's the attention problem there? Bing. There's your moment to say, hey, he's onto something. Now, here's the question. What can you do about it? Well, stay with us, because tonight on the Fox 61 News at 10 p.m., I'm going to tell you about an innovative way to treat those problems, one that's an emerging alternative to medication. We don't necessarily want to give medication a short shrift, but this is a new way that's just as effective to treat it, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. And what I like about it is it's almost somewhat ironic. I don't want to say that video games cause ADHD, but usually people associate the two.
Right.
Like, you know, the screens everywhere. And in a way, he's using video games to help get people more focused.
That's cool. And it's airing tonight at 10.
That is going to be tonight at 10 o'clock.
All
yes.
right, good stuff.